Hey, this is Anthony from RevZilla. Here you can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Kabuto Ibuki Modular Helmet, available at RevZilla.com. I'm a fan of the Kabuto Ibuki. It is a mouthful to say, but they have stepped up their game. We've seen this in a couple places from Kabuto. Again, OGK in their previous life, new in the States in the last few years, and they are on a big push. Now, at over $400, yes, over $400, we see the Ibuki hit the market, and it is a modular. Notice how I just opened that up. It's side actuated. They've done a great job. Super lightweight, 3 pounds, 9 ounces. The fit scheme didn't throw us. Pinlock's Max Vision in the box, and in my opinion, it's one of the sportier modulars on the market. We've seen a few other manufacturers make more of a mid-range modular that had a sportier look to it. This is what I would consider a premium modular with a sport look. Most modulars that are out there have that more touring and adventure look to them, and this guy is going to cut right down the middle in sport touring. If I had one gripe with this helmet, and I really only have one gripe, is that while I love matte black, it's clean, classic, it's aggressive, I think they could have got away with a few fast graphics on this helmet outside of your solid colors. But Kabuto, if you're listening, check that out for the next round of Ibukis. Now, before I walk through everything else in this helmet and break down the nuance, which is really done in an aggressive and a detailed fashion, let's talk fit. Intermediate oval, a little bit longer front to back in its head shape, and again, you're going to get a little bit less pressure through the cheeks just because it is a modular, so you don't have that fully intact chin bar. So again, that typically around the cheeks, you have a little bit more room to wiggle there, but they've done a great job. Longer front to back, no surprises, use the size chart, it's spot on, and at 3 pounds 9 ounces, this is light. Most modular helmets come way closer to that 4-pound mark, and this bad boy is just over 3.5. Now, if you're concerned about fit, use a size chart. Remember, we ship for free over 39 bucks, and I'd love it if you would argue with me. Click our logo, subscribe to us at RevZilla TV, our YouTube channel. Leave me your comments, your questions, and your feedback on the new Kabuto Ibuki that I'm going to rock out. Now, let's dive in. Let's start from our outside and work our way in. You'll notice solid vent scheme here worked into their premium tri-matrix shell. So again, you're getting composites, carbon fiber, fiberglass, mixture of resins. That's how they get it so light, and you're baking in great points of ventilation here that, in my opinion, are solid and are easily actuated with a gloved hand. So you see the chin vent, that's going to vent to the visor or vent to the shield. Single position top chimney vent, again with 2 vents that are going to vent through the EPS. And what I like is that while you have a little bit of this wake deflector here, this stabilizer moving through the back with an aggressive line, you also have a positive action rear vent. And again, they've stolen this off of some of their other models, but we've seen this before. My only gripe here with this guy is that with a gloved hand, it might be a little harder to find, but everything else on this, not to close, but maybe to open, everything else is solid. And remember, it doesn't sacrifice the sphere moving through the plane of high-speed air that creates that vacuum and evacuates that warm, moist air out of the backside of the helmet. It doesn't sacrifice that for some of the aggressive lines here that are baked into the shell, and that's where it becomes a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more sport for me. Now, if we look at the shield design, nice detents. It comes with a Pinlock Max Vision shield in the box. So I don't have it installed, but you're getting a big upgrade that comes stock. And what that is, that Max Vision lens, it's that secondary lens that sits behind, that's crystal clear, creates that air gap, and it allows you to thwart fogging through using physics, not a fog-free coating that will wear off. And that is really the gold standard, which is going to be Pinlock, that you're getting stock in the box. If we look at our shield change mechanism here, it's a basic shield change mechanism. I'm not going to pull it fully off. It's not as easy as the other mechanism from Kabuto, but the thing that I've neglected to talk about just yet on this helmet and why it doesn't matter as much that this shield change mechanism is not the easier to use one, it's certainly not difficult, it's just not as easy as the other ones, is that this helmet has a drop-down sun visor. And if you notice how I'm doing that, cable actuated. It is actually one of the smoothest drop-down sun visors that we've seen. Again, one of the reasons we're such big fans, it's just well engineered and well executed. And for over $400, you don't want spring-loaded, you don't want it to pop, you don't want it to click, you want a smooth action on a high-quality, optically correct shield that's going to come down and give you that dark smoke. Plenty of coverage. We went out, we rode in it for a day. we were very impressed with the usage and the actuation on this drop-down sun visor. Again, notice there's a gasket that's gonna work its way all the way around. You make a solid seal when you come down. Again, set up for sport touring, multi-season use. Now, if we work our way in here, I'm gonna open it up one more time. One of the things that I like here, and you're gonna get the shot of the button right there, it is recessed, so you're not gonna accidentally hit it. For most helmets that are gonna be modular in nature, you're gonna have that button up here under the chin curtain, and Kabuto has chosen to move it out along the side and just free up space with that chin curtain. The chin curtain is removable. Some guys like them depending on your clearance. Some guys don't like them. The other thing that I really like about this helmet is it's using metal connection points and hardware. So metal lock on the chin bar, metal lock down here on the connection posts. Again, rock solid, clicks in, going to be solid, engineered. It has a tight tolerance to it. Sometimes you get into modulars and they just start to feel a little wobbly. The Kabuto Ibuki doesn't have that issue. Now, I'm going to bust out the guts here, turn it on its side, move it over to the middle. If we look at it from underneath, the first thing that's going to jump out at you is that it is a ratchet strap versus a double D-ring. Now, they give you a D-ring. You can see it here on the side, so you can always lock this helmet to your bike. That's the very thoughtful touch. But what I like about ratchet straps is this is a new school ratchet strap. It's a dual action ratchet strap. So the gripe from a lot of riders with a ratchet strap is they say, well, I don't want to get myself into trouble and have something be able to just come along and open this helmet up. You'll notice that normally with a single-handed ratchet strap, if I pull over, it would open. It's not opening. It's because it's dual action, and what you actually do is you don't pull over to open it, you pull up. And you can see how that double action works right there. And because the action to open it is actually taking this and pulling it out, you're far less likely to have it open, or if you get yourself into trouble or have something, just hit it and open on the fly. So again, big up to them for redesigning it and coming up with a more safety-conscious device for their ratchet. See, I can't even do it. It's actually, you have to be positioned just right to do it, and that's why it works so well. Now, if we open it up, remember, CoolMax lining. We actually like the way that this helmet is designed. The CoolMax is going to be wicking, antimicrobial. It's an upgrade. It's not a generic helmet lining. It is a material that is designed for more premium helmets. And again, in this premium mix, we would expect that. I'm going to remove my, there we go. There's an extra snap there. Snap across the back. There we go. Get that guy out. You'll notice the reflective at the bottom. There we go. So I have reflective at the bottom of my neck roll there. That's going to give me another feature for safety. And then along the sides, you'll notice too, it's fully removable, but what they've done is they've given you a nice large speaker pocket with backing to close it up and create that quiet. But they've given you that speaker pocket knowing that most guys that are riding in sport touring or touring scenarios are gonna want the flexibility to put a Bluetooth comm unit in. So again, the side of this guy is going to have an area for a comm unit install. Interiorly, you're going to have the ability to put that speaker in. I will say though, for those of you out there, a sticky mount's probably gonna work a little bit better. A clamp mount, notice it's hard plastic across the bottom. So it's not a soft plastic, so it might not be as easy to do a clamp mount fashion. And you can see how this works in. It's kind of molded along the backside. Now, if I open up the rest of the helmet here, 2 snaps, notice that it's a brow vent construction, or it's a brow connection point. And when I pull that out, that means no, there's not going to be any pressure points along the forehead. You have the connection down here in plastic along the brow. And notice our 3D comfort liner, allowing ventilation, allowing that CoolMax to really surround the area of your head that's going to sweat the most, but then expose the area of your head that's going to get great ventilation by way of the EPS and the protective layer on the inside here. Notice our EPS that has channels built into it, exposing those large vent holes. Air is going to come in through the top. It's going to circulate throughout the helmet. It's going to exhaust out the back and down along the neck, but it is done in a fashion commensurate with this level of investment. Remember, you're not making a small investment. You're investing north of $400. So if I was buying this helmet, I would expect it to perform supremely well from a comfort and ventilation standpoint, as well as a quiet standpoint, and I would expect all of the components to work really well. You've heard me go on and on and on about what I really love about this helmet, and for the most part, it's just about everything. They've really executed well. The most exciting thing to me is the fact that it really comes through as a more sport touring oriented helmet in a category full of a little bit more stodgy, still technology driven, but they're a little bit more touring oriented helmets. If you're a little bit more aggressive, I think about a guy on an ST, this is a great option for you. Now, the next step in your journey is to click right here, read other rider reviews of the new Kabuto Ibuki modular helmet at RevZilla.com. Remember, you don't have to take my word for it. As always, we'll ship for free over $39. If you want to talk to a gear geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. Remember, subscribe to me on YouTube. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.